So I first started off by taking a piece of styrofoam and I just marked it every 6 inches, and then I cut them in 6-inch strips. This is just styrofoam that I got from Lowe's. I think it's insulation stuff. I then took those 6-inch strips and I cut them roughly in half. It doesn't have to be exact. I just eyeballed it and just cut it in half. I then took each piece and I measured from corner to corner and drew a line just to get me the center. And I did that to all the pieces. Then I created a box out of the styrofoam and the hot glue. This is just so that when the pipe comes down and it 90s out through the side, it has somewhere to sit. I cut this piece a little bit short. That way the pipe can come out the bottom and I don't have to worry about making a hole and everything like that. I can just put the pipe through the bottom. Now I'm just using a metal pipe and I'm putting a hole in the middle of each piece. Now I'm just putting on a shark bite 90 and putting 2 pieces of hose connected to it. And again, the box at the bottom is just so that that can sit in there and make that turn. Now, if I were to do this again, I would actually glue each one of these pieces together, just because it would give it more stability and it would be easier to work with. Now I'm using a mixture of mortar and hydraulic. I'm using 3 parts mortar to 1 part hydraulic. And I'm looking for a consistency of like a peanut butter or mayonnaise, just so that it spreads on nicely. You want to coat the whole thing in an acrylic before it's a bonding adhesive, and then I just coat the entire structure, let it dry, paint it with the acrylic, put on another coat, and I just keep layering it up until it looks the way that I want it to look. You want it to be kind of thick so that it has some structural integrity to it. Otherwise, when you go to lift it, it'll just kind of crumble. So you want to get a good amount of the mortar and hydraulic mixture on it. So the first thing I did was I started out by ripping out the old waterfall. I had a waterfall that was up where this rock pile is, and I wasn't happy with the way it looked. So I ripped all that out and I just dug a hole, kind of dug it down and put all the dirt up top here to kind of raise it up. And so I put the liner in, started stoning around the edge. That's probably all I'm going to do for the stone. I'll cut the liner, tuck it back behind, and then backfill with the dirt. As you can see here where the rocks are, I just spray foamed it. I'm in the process now of rocking the rest of the way down to the pond. The green hose that you see there, that's what's going to feed the fountain. It'll pull up in this area, flow over these rocks, and then make its way down to the pond. Right now you can see I just have this pipe kind of sticking up, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off down below, hook up that green hose, and hide it all through in here, and then that's what'll feed the fountain. Now at this point I'm just using hose clamps and connecting the hose straight to the pipe. I actually put in a valve later on, that way I can control the flow coming out of the fountain. Now I'm just tucking the liner back in. I leave a couple inches of slack, that way if I ever need to adjust anything I have a little bit of play in the liner, and I'm just rolling it up and then sticking it back behind the rocks, and then I'm taking dirt and just backfilling up to it, and any little bit of liner that sticks up that I can't cover, I'll just put a rock over top of it. The trick to this is to hide every bit of liner inside and out. You don't want to see any of the liner, otherwise it will not look natural. mulching and putting the flowers in and everything just to make it look nicer. Cleaning it all up. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Also hit the bell, that way whenever I put out a new video, you'll be the first one to get it.